This is an random recording Sunday afternoon. There's been a lot that's been processing and moving through each moment. And just a lot of natural seeing. And in seeing, I mean like healing things that I've just been able to see more clearly and release. And since March, when presence stepped in, or I felt into the present moment and started seeing through all the stories and identities and baggage. It's been a consistent unfolding of all of these belief systems and yeah, belief systems that no longer serve me. And over the past few weeks, it's felt like I needed a break from it. I just wanted to almost feel human or normal, or just wanted to rest because it's been so consistent. It hasn't been heavy, it's just been consistent. There's just been awareness in every moment. And so there's been a lot of emotions. It's not a lot of suffering, it's just a lot of moving through, a lot of processing. But it's now the end of July, and this happened mid-March. And it's like everything that comes up in front of me, awareness is right there behind it. And so I'm crying through, moving through, seeing through things that I've held on for years or even brought into this lifetime. So for the last few weeks, I just wanted to feel human again. Not because there wasn't peace in all of the seeing, there was, but it was like I was moving at such a rapid rate and the body was processing so much. There was so much energy, so many sensations, things coming up, moving. Like I've changed so fucking much. Stopped drinking. I started eating. Like so many things shifted in a short period of time. There's no resistance to it. It just, Kate wanted to feel human for a moment. So she had a few weekends of enjoying a few drinks and disconnecting from the world. What was interesting is even during that, she was so conscious and so aware. It didn't have the effect on her like it used to. and enjoy the stillness in between the words, because it feels like there's going to be quite a few of them in this. Great, you might have opened up the space for a new soul to come through. And that's also been an experience since that conversation sort of opened. The body's been responding. And Kate is sensing into this on such a deep level that she can feel things in movement, just like energy in movement, things making space. A lot of stuff between her and Maddie are coming to the surface, being asked to be seen in order for this space to be cleared. And it's beautiful. It hasn't been tough. It's had its moments, but I can see that it's just clearing the space, the way for the next phase. And so Kate's sort of been in a bit of a hermit phase as well, just hasn't been going to the gym, being at home, being in the warmth. Just being called to now start stepping back outside and walking and things, but she's not forcing anything because there's a whole new path that's unfolding. And this conversation of bringing in a new soul has expanded her awareness onto a whole nother level. The other night, she felt into the funny idea that us humans have about creating families. This idea of if the body doesn't produce the baby, the baby's not ours. As if there is only one way to create a family, and that's through your body. And if it's not through your body, then, and I know this is not everyone's belief system, but it's just there's this underlying something's gone wrong if a baby can't be conceived through your body. And what's interesting in this topic is there are so many different avenues to die. And yet, being born seems to be one and only. The reason I reflect here is my older brother has two foster children. They're their firstborn, which is born through the mum's body. And now they've got two additional babies that weren't born through the mum's body, but they're family and they're her babies. And it made me reflect on the idea of those two babies were meant to be hers, my brother's. But because they didn't come through in the traditional sense through her body, nothing actually went wrong. As in, those babies knew they were going to be hers, but just found another way to come through to be hers. So it unfolded perfectly. I think also just birthing children is a very big concept, and there's a lot of emotion and identity is entangled in this. And the mothers take on, and I'm not diminishing this, this is a conversation to expand. A lot of mothers take on the guilt if a soul doesn't come through or if something happens, which is a natural body response, and it's to be felt. But do you know how mysterious and magical and layered birthing a new soul is? There are so many factors that aren't even brought into the conversation. The soul that's wanting to come through is feeling into the energies of the parents, feeling into what sort of life experience they wish to take on. What their purpose is, there are so many things. Like some souls come in here to experience just utter contrast and suffering for a life. Some come through to experience illness, sickness. Some come through to experience a single mom upbringing or a single father upbringing. Some come through to figure it out all by themselves. There are so many layers prior to even coming in. And the weight that the parents, the mum, particularly hold. And this next sentence isn't to take away from the sacredness of it. If anything, it's to enhance the sacredness of it. But the mum is the portal for the soul. You're the portal of new life. But that new life is not yours. It's an expression that you get to experience and love and enjoy, but it's not yours. It's that version of consciousness that's coming through. It's theirs and yours in a sense of to experience. I look at the current dynamic of my two children and I can see my son chose his father and I to experience two different worlds. Two very different worlds. And it's his life experience to navigate those two different worlds and choose which align with him, or potentially maybe he doesn't find what aligns with him this life, but just goes with one that feels familiar and experiences contrast. Maybe he figures it out later down the track, or I don't know. That's his experience to have, and it's not that I'm not here to hold him, but I'm also not here to tell him what to do because it's bigger than this person of Kate. It's his life experience to have. There's so many layers there as to what he's unraveling, what's needing to be mirrored back to him, and what he's here to figure out or experience and learn. And then there's my daughter, who is a walking unconditional love bubble. She consistently shows Maddie and I unconditional love. She's such a pure presence. Like, even our two children have completely different life experiences playing out. I'm just starting to see how, like, we believe life is meant to be so straightforward, but life is never that. And we always say, like, something's gone terribly wrong, or I'm deserving of this, or something's fucked up. This is an accident. This is a failure. Like, we label so much of life in all these negative ways when it is simply life. Life is not meant to be this straightforward road. How boring. And what's interesting too is when someone dies, it's so shocking to people. It's terrible news. It's heartbreaking, and I am not taking away from I the grief of someone dying, the physical essence of them being with you. You grieve that deeply, but death is the only guarantee. We shouldn't be shocked by it. Life is not guaranteed for you to live until you're 80, 90. There are so many different experiences unfolding, so many different vehicles of consciousness on this world, choosing to live for 5 minutes, choosing to live for 5 years, 30 years, 80 years, 17 years. There is no guarantee of a long life as a human. But there is not just one, there is many. But the one guarantee is that you will die. This body will die. Not consciousness, not the real you, not the awareness. Just like in every moment, an experience arises, is born within that moment, and then it disappears, it dies. It's just a constant birth and death cycle. Even as simple as a thought. It's born, it arises, it dies, it moves on, moves through. The same with emotions, they're not there to be held onto and to be stored. They're there to be born, to be felt, and to be let go of. Everything's a cycle of birth and death. When you can feel into that, truly feel into that, you can see how sacred every single moment is. What I'm feeling into is how the mind can take away from that sacredness of each moment. Because the mind's resisting life because it's not life. It tries to take control. So it creates habits. For example, as simple as getting up at the same time, having a coffee at the same time, like just in the daily habits that you move through. Sort of puts you on a hamster wheel. But if you were to simply meet every moment, that's when magic unfolds because life moves through you. Some days look slower, some days look more busy. But you feel into the sacredness, into the aliveness of each moment rather than placing yourself in a box in a label of I get up at this time, I drink this sort of coffee, and I do this. You create this narrow path for yourself, and then when something like life tries to move through you and sort of tries to shock you out of your path, like creates a disturbance within your patterns, it's hard to deal with because you're gripping to the way life is meant to be, how it's meant to look. And it's just ultimately resistance to life. Because Because the mind also fears the unknown. The mind's trying to keep you safe and in the familiar pattern because that's all the mind knows. But it's not the mind's job to live. It's the awareness. The awareness within this body is the one to live, is the one to feel the sensations, the emotions, experience the thoughts through this body. The mind is not the real you. The mind is just thoughts. The one who is aware of the thoughts is the you, is the real you. The tongue tastes the peppermint tea, but you're the one who has the experience of the taste. The tongue just transmutes that taste into something that you can experience. And you, as consciousness, as awareness, is the one experiencing that taste. The tongue just interprets the taste for you, but you're the one tasting. It's the same as the mind. The mind will produce the thoughts, but it's you who chooses which ones to go with, which ones to drop, or which ones to watch. Been feeling into this natural slowing down as well. Like the identity of Kate has built up this momentum of life and work and motherhood and being a partner. I don't really like fast pace. And what she's feeling into is opening up this space for a new baby, new soul, that it will change the pace for others. They will see her in a slower pace and rhythm. Because she's already moving into it, but it's something that the world has to sort of catch up to.